Greetings, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you all for tuning in. I want to rank the studio albums from the band Accept from my least favorite to my favorite. So, without further ado, let's jump into my ranking, starting with the very bottom of the pack, number 17, which is this album right here. In the number 17 spot, we've got 1989's "Eat the Heat." Gone is Udo Dirkschneider. Into the mix is David Rees, and this album is the glammiest that Accept would ever get, thankfully. And I don't necessarily have a problem with it because it's glam. I just don't think Accept does glam very well. I did not enjoy this one. There's only a handful of songs on here that I was really even that into, and none of them I would consider to be top shelf. Except Ecstasy's pretty good, D-Train's pretty good, and the last song, Break the Ice, I liked. Otherwise, this album was a chore to sit through. Prisoner was like so glossy that I couldn't do it. Yeah, you got Generation Clash, but I much prefer the version on Death Row. But yeah, just all things considered, not a fan of this one. Eat the Heat is definitely bottom of the pack for me. In the number 16 spot, I've got I'm a Rebel. This was the band's second album, released in 1980. This album is forgettable to me. I feel like when I play this one, it goes in one ear and out the other. In as much as I try to retain it, it just doesn't stick with me. The title track, I'm a Rebel, pretty good song, best song on the album for me. Otherwise, it's just sort of there. So just another album that I won't say it's bad, but it's just not memorable to me. So number 16, I'm a Rebel. Number 12 through 15 is the run of albums that have kind of concluded their, well, not concluded, but it's the run of albums at the end of their catalog. Humanoid, Too Mean to Die, Blind Rage, and The Rise of Chaos. I cannot differentiate these four albums, to be honest. They're not bad, and I'm not, they're not bad albums at all. I could put any of these on and enjoy it kind of in the background, but I can't differentiate them. They're all the same to me. And really, none of the songs on any individual album really stick out to me either. They are just kind of very consistent, modern day, Accept not bad, but just does not jump out at me, and they do not separate themselves from the pack in any way. The reason I'm just lumping these all together is because I really have the exact same thing to say about all four of them. Not bad albums by any means, but they don't really jump out at me the way that other Accept albums do. So kind of got a four-way tie here at this spot, and that is the band's four most recent albums: Blind Rage, Rise of Chaos, Too Mean to Die, and Humanoid. In the number, where are we at here? 11 spot, I'm going to go with the band's debut album from 1970, 78 or 79. I forget which. But the very first Accept album, self-titled. This is certainly not the Accept that we would all come to know and love, but this is still a pretty decent rock album. Anyway, I think some of the standout songs for me, Lady Lou, That's Rock and Roll. I do kind of like the back end of this album quite a bit. Like the last three songs I quite enjoy. But though they certainly hadn't found themselves yet, I still think this is a pretty good album. So in the number 11 spot for me, I've got the first album. In the number 10 spot, I've got Stalingrad from 2012. This is the second album with Mark Tornillo on vocals. And unlike the 4 albums that have come out since this one does kind of feel a little bit separate from the pack for me. I do like the first song a lot, Hung, Drawn, and Quartered, and Flash to Bangtime is also really great as well. But it's a fairly solid album that I enjoy all the way through. I don't really have much else to say about it. In the number 10 spot, I've got Stalingrad. In the number 9 spot, I'm going to go with Blood of the Nations, released in 2010. The return of Accept, this time with Mark Tornillo on lead vocals. And you've got some great stuff on here. Great return for Accept. Beat the Bastards is a terrific opener. Teutonic Terra is amazing as well. The Abyss is great. Locked and Loaded. Pandemic, great tune as well. A lot of great stuff on here. Kind of a lengthier album, but a lot of great stuff. I guess they had 15 years to come up with some new stuff, and I think they knocked it out of the park. Mark Tornillo is a great fit for the band, I think. Of course, there's no real replacing Udo Dirkschneider, but I think Mark fits extremely well. So, Blood of the Nations is my number 9. Stop digging in the dirt! Digging in the dirt! Stop digging in the dirt! Number 8, we're going to go with the final album to feature Udo Dirkschneider. That is 1996's Predator. When I first listened to this album, I really wasn't expecting a whole lot. I generally hear that this is not one of their better albums, but I think it's pretty good. I do think this album is kind of weak at the beginning, even though, Heart Attack, Crossroads, Making Me Scream, they're good songs. They're probably some of my least favorite actually on the album though. But then it kicks in. You got like Digging in the Dirt's one of my favorite songs on here, if not my favorite. In the second half of the album, I like a lot too. Predator, Crucified, Don't Give a Damn, Run Through the Night, Primitive, bunch of great stuff closing things out here. So overall, pretty decent album. Maybe a bit of a step down from his predecessors, but still, I like this one quite a bit. Predator is my number 8. This one might be a bit of an unconventional pick here, but in the number 7 spot, I've got Balls to the Wall, released in 1983. This is a fantastic album, don't get me wrong, even though I have it kind of lowish on the list. I think this album is great. Of course, the title track, Balls to the Wall, fantastic tune. London Leather Boys, Fight It Back, one of my favorite songs on here. Losing More Than You Ever Had. Excuse me. I think for me, I find that the first half of this one is a lot better than the second half. The second half is okay, but I think the first half is is where the strongest material is, and that's probably why I sink this one down to the number 7 spot, because this one kind of tails out for me a little bit at the end, but still, great stuff on here. Number 7 for me, Balls to the Wall. In the number 6 spot, I've got 1985's Metal Heart. A little bit commercial, I guess. A little more accessible sounding, but still some killer stuff on here. Metal Heart is a cool song. Midnight Mover is really catchy. Up to the Limit's great. Right is Wrong is great. Screaming for a Love Bite, I love that riff. Too High to Get It Right. Dogs on Leads is really cool. Bound to Fail is a great closer. So a lot of great stuff here for Accept. My number 6 is Metal Heart. Number 5, I'm going to go with 1986's Russian Roulette. Some really killer stuff on here. I love TV War. I love Monster Man. Russian Roulette is awesome as well. Aiming High, Heaven is Hell, Another Second to Be. The album closer, Stand Tight, one of my favorite songs, one of my favorite deep cuts on here. Really great album. Maybe a bit underrated compared to the couple that came before it, but this is still a great album here as well. Number 5 to me is Russian Roulette. In the number 4 spot, I'm going to go with Breaker. I think this is where Accept really finds themselves and solidifies their sound. You've got some terrific stuff on here, like Starlight, Breaker, Run If You Can, Burning Feelings, and Midnight Highway, which is a super catchy song as well. So, really dig this one. 1981's Breaker is going to come in the number 4 spot for me. In the number 3 spot, I've got Restless and Wild, released in 1982. This was the first Accept album that I listened to when I decided that I wanted to get into these guys. As I usually do, when I pinpoint a band that I kind of want to get more into, I go and listen to other people's album rankings and whatnot on YouTube. And so I pulled up some of the Accept album rankings of channels that I follow, a couple channels that I don't follow, just to kind of get an idea of maybe where I should start. And one of the channels that I watched, the CD guy, he put this as his favorite Accept album. So I thought, what the heck, I'll start here. And I'm glad I did, because Fast as a Shark was the first song that I heard. Well, I mean, I had heard, Balls to the Wall, and I think I heard London Leather Boys before too, but the first song that I heard in my Accept journey was Fast as a Shark, and holy shit. About 20 seconds into that song, I'm on board. So Fast as a Shark, freaking killer song. Restless and Wild is great as well. You've got Head of the Pack is phenomenal. Shake Your Hands, Neon Nights, Get Ready. My cat's not making this easy. Princess of the Dawn. A lot of great stuff here. Great album all the way through. There's two though that edge it out for me. So I got a couple of unconventional picks here at the top. In the number 2 spot, Death Row from 1994. This, I did not expect this one to be this high for me. As I was saying, I watch other people's rankings to kind of get a feel for the catalog. And if I'm not mistaken, but Dan on Off the Charts, if you're watching this, is this your least favorite Accept album? I think I remember you putting this one as your least favorite. So when I got this, I wasn't really expecting. I mean, I kind of expected to like it, but I wasn't expecting it to be my second favorite in the catalog. But the more I listened to it, the more this one really grew on me. Like, I love Death Row. I love Sodom and Gomorrah. I love Dead On. Guns R' Us is awesome. Like a Loaded Gun. What Else? Stone Evil. Bad Habits Die Hard. I do prefer the version of Generation Clash on this album. I think this album's awesome. I really dig it. It's a lot of fun. Did not expect this one to wind up in the second spot for me, but here we are. And last but not least, number one, I have Objection Overruled, released in 1993. The return of Accept, the return of Udo Dirkschneider after the lackluster Eat the Heat in 1989. Pretty much when I first listened to this album, it was just like, where has this album been all my life? I mean, obviously it's been out there, but it took me this long to discover this, but I freaking love this album. Objection Overruled, it's my favorite Accept song. I Don't Want to Be Like You is awesome as well. Protectors of Terror is great. Slaves to Metal, All or Nothing's a nice anthem. Bulletproof, Amos La Vida, only song here I'm not crazy about. But past that, you got Sick, Dirty, and Mean's awesome. Donation is awesome. It's also like such an AC/DC song, it's unreal. Just by my own, and then the album closer, This One's For You. Just a damn near close to a perfect metal album as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, from the first time I listened to this one, I fell in love with it, and it's remained as my favorite Accept album. So Objection Overruled for me is the top of the list. So let me know in the comments below your Accept ranking. If you like this kind of content, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this in the future, and I'll catch you next time.